Welcome to the Desert OnDeck podcast with your hosts, Santi'd and Zaydar. Welcome back, everybody, to Desert OnDeck. Here we are, I am Zaydar, and we're back here to give you the new updates on baseball and everything around it. So, here with co-host, yeah, so here with co-host Santi'd.
Yeah.
Um, I'd like to, first of all, Happy Easter, all y'all. And, I'd like to give thanks that Santid got his voice back after a very exciting birthday present last week. You got your voice back, Santid?
No, I don't have my voice back. No, I do. But I went to a Yay concert, but that's not really important. You know what is important, Zato? Here on the show, we always have to give our condolences to people that we have lost. And we lost a bunch of
Yeah.
people, aka Red Sox fans. And that's going to lead us
Yes.
into our
Yeah.
discussion tonight. Zato came up with this one, so I feel like it would be right for him to introduce us to the topic tonight.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, Red Sox fans. We will be praying for you, and hopefully you survive the rest of the season because the Red Sox have started off 2-7 to start the year. Not exactly the record you want to have for a team that has Garrett Crochet as its ace. They got some really good players, but for some reason nothing's clicking. Right, they're 2-7. Same record I think as the Rockies right now. I think the Rockies have a better record. And
Well, what's
so
the at the recording of this, the Rockies are 3-6, and the Red Sox are oh man, the image didn't load, but they are 2-7. So I don't know how you got to be bad enough where the Rockies are looking confident, but um, yeah,
yeah, so that's what's happening right now is the Red Sox are kind of fading, and they have to right the ship soon, I think, because this is a very competitive division they're in, the AL East. But what do you think, Stanton? What do you got?
Well, I think if you're in a division with the reigning AL pennant winner, the Baltimore Orioles, and let me just read off from what I have a screenshot of. The Yankees are 7-2, but you know what? I want you to give them this: the Tampa Bay Rays are 4-5, Toronto is 4-5, and the Baltimore Orioles are 3-6. With the Red Sox being 2-7. Now that isn't bad necessarily, but they are 5 games behind the damn Yankees. And either way, the Red Sox just have not clicked this year, right? They just haven't been able to get going. I think Jaron Duran maybe took the Mexico loss to Italy too personally, and maybe that's going on. I mean, Greg Crochet is still Garrett Crochet. But someone we need to talk about is Mr. Rager himself, man. Great walk-up song. Hey, Mr. Ranger. But that doesn't matter
Yeah,
when you have a 8.7464 ERA and you've started 2 games and you lost one. You only pitched 8 innings and 2 games started. Come on, man. You got 5 strikeouts and you got a 1.92 whip. Mm-mm.
yeah, something's going on here. I mean, the Red Sox pride themselves on their rotation. They gave him that big 5-year deal, and what's going on here? Come on,
Yeah, you
right?
got, yeah, you got,
Gotta
yeah, you
gotta
got,
perform.
yeah, you got to perform at that level of contract, but that's okay, because you know what? Even if Ray Suarez. Maybe he's gonna start up strong, a little bit slow, and that's okay. You gotta get adapting to a new team. At least we have former Cardinals ace Sonny Gray with a 4.50 ERA. Yeah, that's more like it. You see, he's won one game. All right, he started 2 games. You know what? 10 innings pitched. You know what? I feel like that's a pretty darn good start, man. Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good start. I mean, let's think about. He went 6 innings in the game against San Diego, third, and he went 4 innings against Cincinnati. I wonder what happened there. But I mean, I feel like a big issue with this is not. I mean, there's a lot of when a team does bad and they start off bad, a lot of people get very angry, and I feel like it's very justified in a at the first. But I think we all need to realize that we're like 10 games into a 162 game season, and I feel like while yes, it is a little bit time to be a little bit concerned, right? Especially with how Oh my God, how bad the Red Sox have been. It's not just the Red Sox all getting bad starts, Mr. Zaydar. No. This whole beginning of the season's been kind of screwed up, man. And like so. Let's take a look. Let's
Yeah,
take a look, season. Let's take a look, sees. The Twins are at the bottom of the Central.
nobody's surprised there.
Nobody's shocked about that.
Yeah, the A's are at the bottom.
I
What happened
mean,
to them?
that's what I'm shocked of. I'm very disappointed in them. You're telling me
Nick
you
Kurtz,
got Brent Wicker, you have Jacob Wilson. Oh man.
big Amish Nick Kurtz here,
Oh,
and
also during this recording, the Dodgers are playing, and Freeman just hit a 2-run shot. So good on Mr. Freddie Freeman. So the Blue Jays might actually go down to 5-5. So it just might be 4-6. But those Oakland Athletics, bro. Those Oakland A's. No woke Sacramento A's. The Oakland A's need to dial in, cause ain't no way you got Jacob Wilson, Brent Rooker, Shea Langoliers is carrying the offense, right? Shea Langoliers putting that offense on his back. Yeah, I mean he's a big man and he catches a lot, right? But I bet that still hurts your back, man. But like, and then I mean, what do the A's really got going for them? The pitching staff sucks, except for Joey Estes. We love you, Joey Estes. Big fan of it. Big fan of Joey Estes. We love Joey Estes here, right?
yeah, we gotta love him.
Yeah, AV native. Oh, man.
Hmm.
The Astros in the lead, but you know who's behind them? Right behind them is the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Zaydar, what is going on with those Angels?
Uh, I think you can say three words, kind of sum up that the leader is Mike Trout's back, but there's a little bit more going on here. Their bullpen's been solid. Everything's clicking for them so far. I don't know if they're going to carry it for the next 150 games, but something's going right here for them to be 500 after losing 90 games last year. So something's happening right there, right?
Yeah,
Something's going right.
I
And then
mean,
you saw that historic game from Joe Adell, you know?
you took the words right out of my mouth. What a game! My God, I usually I'll try and check out all the games I can, right? But of course, with the limitation of no MLB TV, I have to go to my very, very ethical ways to watch it. But this is actually a good time because I went to my dad's and we were able. My dad has a pretty sweet thing. He has like the MLB thing on the Direct TV, so you can just switch to anything. And I tell you, it was a great. What a game performance! I even like watched it late on a Sports Center, which is not the best way to watch it. Sports Center, but my God, Joe Adell, what a game he had! And then the game after that was fun too. Angels walked it off in like the 11th. It was the 11th or 10th. I think it was the 11th.
I think it was the 11th, yeah.
Yeah. But these Mariners and Angels have been having a pretty good series. A very good series. Bullpen held it down that Adele game. I think we need to realize that. Because, I mean, it was a 1-0 game. And Adele literally one war game. He single-handedly won that game for the Angels. I mean, what a start! What a great start for them. I'm very happy for them. I'm very happy for them.
Yeah, good to know. Yeah, you
Good
got
to
to see
know.
Trout's getting a shot.
Yeah, Mike Trout. Unfortunately for Mr. Mike Trout, the Mariners decided to kill that real quick, and they threw at him, and he got a little bit hurt. But it's probably gonna be a day-to-day thing. I think it's like a bruised finger, right? It's like something bruised on his
Yeah,
hand.
I think something hit him his hand.
Yes. From what I heard, it might be day-to-day. At least from what I've heard, it's gonna probably
Yeah, I
be
think
day-to-day.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, that's the news.
Yeah, but I mean, um, the good. I really hate to see Mike Trout get hurt, even if it's like a minor thing, because and like it takes a minute, and Mike Trout, like I said, best player probably ever in like one of my lifetimes, besides Otani and Judge. But I mean, he's a really good player, and it really sucks that he's only been in the playoffs like twice. Has it been like twice?
Yeah, not enough playoffs
Not in the playoffs.
for a guy of his caliber.
Yeah. So I like that he was getting off hard start. It really warmed my heart, and it stopped making me think I was getting old, because Mike Trout was performing well. And it really, I don't like him getting hurt, and I don't really I feel like they did that on purpose a little bit for the Mariners. I'm not trying to say whether the Mariners are trying to kill Mike Trout or not. But I mean, you saw it, right? You was watching the
Yeah,
same games, right? I mean,
they kept throwing it inside.
yeah, just a
Even
little
Trout noticed
insight.
it.
Yeah. Um. So speaking of unpredictability, the Royals they had a very funny situation after last week, and we have a whole short about it. But I feel like it's too funny not to bring up on an episode. It's too.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
so the backup catcher for the Royals, what's his name again? I kind of forgot his name.
Top prospect Carter Jensen.
Carter Jensen. Carter Jensen, right? Top prospect, like Zaydar said, right? So apparently he's supposed to catch for us, for Perez, right? And you know it's justified. Perez needed a rest day. So it's pretty shocking when you turn on the game and you see Perez is actually out there and last minute scratch. Actually, it's not a last minute scratch. He came out back out there in the ninth, and he didn't do too hardy, but apparently he overslept. He overslept. How do you oversleep? How do you oversleep your alarm clock as a major league player?
Yeah, that was quite some interesting news to hear. He kind of just, I don't know. You're a major leaguer, right? You should be excited to play the next
Yeah, you
day. You
probably
know you're
got.
gonna get a chance.
Yeah, I mean, you probably have a nice clock as well. I mean, that major league money. I bet it pays. And I bet that alarm clock was probably a very pretty alarm clock. I don't know why I didn't wake him up.
And he just stayed asleep.
Yeah, you just stayed asleep. I mean, I feel like you would know that you have to play like your game. I feel like I wouldn't be able to sleep with how I
Yeah.
would be thinking about like the game. But you know what? That's just me. And you know what? Didn't even matter because Royals in second in the Central, but they are tied with the Chicago White Sox. And Zaydar, can I? Would I be? Those cats, man. Like, ooh, I kind of like the way they're going. Now it is a three-way
Yeah.
tied for second. To be fair, Royals, White Sox, and Detroit Tigers. But man, that offense. Ooh, Murakami, Vargas. Ooh, like them.
Yeah,
Like
it's
them.
kind of nice to see something's clicking for the White Sox. I mean, the White Sox are still the White Sox. Let's not get too carried away, but something's clicking right there.
Yeah,
We're
definitely
starting to
potential.
see what they're going for.
Yeah, potential there. I feel like if you're gonna do good, I feel like if they're gonna do anything good, the White Sox, I feel like you gotta extend Murakami long term. Maybe wait till next
Oh
year and
yeah,
then try and get him long term because I feel like you could build a really nice core around Murakami.
yeah,
Or you
and
could
if
trade
you,
him and then get a bunch of prospects, but I feel like it'd be nice to see Murakami be around that core because I think the White Sox do got a nice little young core building up there, right? And it's they're obviously rebuilding. It's like not even a question. They are obviously rebuilding. But you know, they're not doing too shabby for a rebuilding team. Not too bad.
no, we're seeing the way rebuilds are supposed to go is it's working. What they did is they traded off a lot of their big leaguers or their like established players like Luis Robert Jr. And now we saw the young guys come in, and now we're starting to see the results. Is they got Murakami to come help lead a young squad to try and win games, and it is working a little bit. It's kind of nice to see.
Yeah, and well, it is the beginning of the season, so let's not get too. We're
Yeah,
making this
of
sound like it's
course.
the last game of like the last couple games. And you can
Yeah,
tell
we
at the
don't want to
beginning of
get
the
too carried
season
away.
because the NL East, we need to talk. We need to
Oh
sit.
boy.
We need to sit the Braves, the Mets, and the Phillies on like a little corner, and we need to talk about them, and really, and we need to talk about them and what they done because how are you letting the Marlins lead you? Um,
The Marlins, Miami Marlins.
the Miami Marlins. Now, let's not get it wrong here. The Marlins once again building up a nice little young core, but no Kyle Stowers. But it's kind of
Dude,
shocking that they're up there and they lead at least at the time of this recording. At the time of this recording, by the
they
end of Monday, but there's probably when it's coming out. By the end of Monday, it might not be like that, but I mean 6-3 with the 6-4 Mets, which means they played one less game than the Mets. But you know, Nationals sucking, of course, but the Nationals have to face the Dodgers, so we can give them some pity there. Philadelphia Phillies, you gotta do something, man. Yeah, you gotta do
Yeah, the
something.
Phillies kind of just fell off a cliff right there.
Yeah, you need
They
to do
lost
something.
to the Nationals, right? Somehow. And then they
Yeah,
managed to barely scrape out of one against them.
yeah, I don't know how you
So
do that.
they're just kind of dragging along if you
Yeah.
look at it.
And speaking of dragging along, the Braves have just been like quiet this year. Now, I'll give him all this. like 4 of the NL East teams are over 500. 4 of them, besides the Nationals, but you know what? I'm not even gonna give them the Nationals anymore. They're gonna be the Montreal Expos. The Expos, all the way with they're under 500, but I don't know what I expected from Montreal. But the Central, those goddamn Brewers, those Brewers. What did they do? Like literally, how are they this good? Why are they always good? They traded away Freddie Peralta. They traded away Brian Turang, right? Brian Turang. On the first episode, that's it on deck. Oh, Caleb Durbin, right? Caleb Durbin, my bad. But literally, they trade him away. And me and you are going like, this is a great trade for the Red Sox. It was not a great trade for the Red Sox.
Nah, he's not hitting at all. And meanwhile, Durbin out there, Boston and Caleb Durbin in Boston is not hitting. He's just not. Meanwhile, over here we have David Hamilton, the guy they traded for. He's like, oh, he's just a career minor leaguer. He's gonna play a little bit of platoon, and bro is crushing it. He has like 4 times the home runs. So again, it's the beginning of the season. Don't overreact.
No,
But
no,
if we had to call it now, it's looking like Milwaukee might have won another trade for pretty much no reason. They just kind of did it.
and I feel like
You
this
know?
is where we need to have a conversation, right? And we're going back to the Red Sox. The Red Sox might be the worst traders in the history of trading. They should be banned from even like looking at the trade block, because if when you play MLB The Show and you see trades like unbelievable trades, like you usually go like that's unbelievable, but the Red Sox see those trades and start writing down notes because they've traded Mookie Betts, and we can. I mean, I love the Mookie Betts trade. I mean, you two, we love the Mookie Betts trade, right? But if you're anyone else, you don't really like the Mookie Betts trade. If you're a Boston fan, you probably want the Red Sox front office on a head on a stick for the Mookie Betts trade. But you know what? Y'all were confident. You know what? You decided to build a confident team coming into 2025. And you know what? You have Alex Bregman at third base, and you have Rafael Devers. He's hitting DH. And you know what? I mean, you talked a lot of smack about Devers, but that's okay. And you know what? You might have talked a lot of smack, and you know what? Devers talked a lot of smack about you, but you know what? That's okay. You remember Manny Ramirez? You all had that kind of same relationship. And you know what? You're not gonna trade him to an NL West team again like you did Manny Ramirez. So Zaydar, you wouldn't believe what they did.
Oh my gosh, what did they do
They,
now?
they might have traded to an NL West team.
Oh my gosh, that's so shocking.
This show's shocking, but they traded away. They got Kyle Harrison. They got some pitchers, and they got this one guy. They got James Tibbs, right? And he was a good prospect, right? He was one of like the higher ranked outfield prospects, right? Very very good. You know what I would say? During that year, the trade might have been a little bit worth it because the Giants didn't do that Sky too hardy after they got Devers, and the Red Sox made the playoffs. And of course, got bounced by the Yankees in the first round, but you know, what gives?
Yeah.
Red Sox made a trade during Red Sox made a trade at the trade deadline for Dustin May from the Dodgers. And the reason why Dodgers traded Dustin May was because he sucked PU, and he didn't want to go to the bullpen. Roberts wanted to give him a bullpen role. Dustin May didn't want it. Boston came calling, and they traded him for James Tibbs. And James Tibbs is going off in Oklahoma right now. Oh my God.
I believe he hit like 3 home runs in a
I
game
think it was
as
four.
of this recording.
I think it was
Like
four.
yesterday. Yeah, it was crazy.
My God. And it doesn't help to add on to the Red Sox fans' dismay. And if you're wondering why are we beating up the Red Sox so much, well, the episode is about what did the Red Sox even do, and the Red Sox don't know how to run a baseball. The front office I don't think the front office knows that, like they actually have to have they actually have to make decent trades for the future, right? But I'll give them this. Once again, early season. We're just giving you what we know right now. And like 2 weeks into the season, right? Red Sox suck. They're the worst team in baseball right now. But that could obviously change. We might be a part of those edits. The edits where it's like, oh, this is the worst team in baseball. And then you don't know. They might make it to one dependent. You don't know. The Blue Jays did that last year. They were
Well, that's right, and they kind of made it to that whole World Series thing.
Yeah, well, Mickey Rose said, nah. But you know what? That's okay. Oh, my stream didn't freeze. But, um, but, it's kind of shocking, right? I expected, Ranger Suarez, Sonny Gray, Garrett Crochet. Not that's nothing to scoff at. That's a very good solid three for me. So the fact
Yeah.
that Ranger Suarez is struggling, you know what? I'll give him that. New team. You know what? He's gonna warm up a bit. Sonny Gray, he wasn't that. He's doing kind of exactly what he was doing with the Cardinals, but you know what? Once again, new team. Gary Crochet, Otis Chapman's doing good, right? And then I'm actually take an eye on Gary Crochet because I want to see if he's doing any good. Yeah, he's
I,
probably
th-
doing.
I think he's still doing crochet
Yeah,
things.
3.27 ERA, not bad, especially for being at the beginning of the season. That's actually pretty decent. Um,
Yeah.
of course, it will go down because Crochet is a Cy Young. I feel like he didn't win a Cy Young this weird year, but
Assuming Scooball doesn't.
yeah, Scuba. Gosh, but here's my prediction: Scuba, NL Cy Young Award winner this year. And if you want to know why, you go check out the first episode of the podcast. But let's talk about. Now that we're talking about this, we talked about the Brewers. The Pirates, Reds, and the Pirates and Reds. They're up there. They're second, and the tied for second. And Pittsburgh had a very iffy start, right? Very iffy start to kick off the kickoff, right? O'Neal Cruz forgot to play defense, and the Reds had to face the Red Sox, right? But I'll tell you this: that NL Central, like even with the Cardinals, who are actively rebuilding as we speak, right? Um, that's a good division right there, man. The Cubs, they're starting off slow, but that's a good team. Cardinals, like in the future, is gonna be a scary team. Pittsburgh might be a very good team. Not very good team in the future. They might be a pretty good team. Red Sox are not Reds. Red Sox. Reds are pretty young, and the Brewers, man, they I don't know. They got some devil magic right there. That
Yeah.
devil magic
I
brewed
never
through.
thought I'd hear the day when they call the NL Central one of the stronger divisions because they've always been hit on as the weakest division for like the past half decade, and now pretty much out of nowhere they're kind of just surging. Well, not out of nowhere. Well, they've been building it for a while, but for some reason most people didn't see it coming.
No, they didn't see it coming. But But what people did see coming was that the Dodgers were gonna lead the NL West. But something that we did see coming is that like three of the teams are under 500. Um, the Diamondbacks are the only team at 500, and they're 2.5 games back of the Dodgers. Now they did face the Dodgers, get swept by the Dodgers in the opening series, which kind of gave them a slow start. But they are second. They rebounded because the Padres are, at the recording of this video, under 500, but that could very much change. It could be at 500 by the time this comes out. Rockies, of course, just hanging in there. Rockies just happy to be there. They're under 500. Who knew? But the Giants are under 500, and those Giants just had the most awful start ever.
Well, the, I get that the Yankees pitching dominated, but then it continued and they just made errors and nothing's going right for San Francisco right now. Is
No.
like just like the Red Sox, I think they're tied with them. Is both of those guys just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah. Well, I really like the coach. The coach is funny. The manager,
Yeah, he
he's
is
funny.
nice.
He's funny. He quoted Kanye West, and he quoted Tiger Woods. Oh my God, he's
That's
funny.
nice.
Hopefully, he can put that. Maybe he can put his managerial work out there, and hopefully get those Pirates moving. But secretly, as LA fans, we really don't want the Giants to get moving. But that basically, well, I think we basically yapped our yap about teams and stuff on whether they are bad, whether they're garbage, whether they're good. But I mean, think about it. It's early in the season, and it's been a pretty entertaining season. I've had a lot of fun. This season. Very entertaining season, and we've just started. A lot of stories, a lot of headlines. A lot of very shocking moments, and that's the beauty of the beginning of a baseball season. as it's early and a lot of teams look like they have promise, and some teams look like they're just gonna it's gonna be a bust year. But you know what? We'll see by halfway, and as the weeks go on, we'll see if maybe some teams are gonna pick up the pace. Maybe the Rockets pick up the pace. Maybe the Red Sox get back. Maybe the Brewers have a fall from grace. Maybe the Yankees arms explode along with the Dodgers, and maybe someone else will take that those divisions. But that's the fun of the beginning of baseball season, as it gives everyone some fans gain promise and some fans just want to like kill themselves like immediately. But now I think we basically talked a lot about what we need to talk to. Yeah, I think should we go on to the sports recap? The sports recap. The at the end of the videos we usually have a sports recap. We can do that. Yeah, sports recap. So in basketball, the Lakers, Luca, and Austin Reeves, um, they all decided to just they're out before the playoffs. So LeBron's gonna have to bring in his Cavs self to go in there. Congratulations to the UCLA girls. I mean, I'm more of a Trojans guy myself, but you know what? Good on those ladies for winning the March Madness. For the ladies, good on them. Um, then of course, in hockey, it's getting down to it. There's a very entertaining fight between the Predators, the Sharks, the Sharks, the Kraken, and the Kings. And the Knights, they're dialing in. They got to dial in. NFL, the draft is coming up very soon. And then the MLB, we already talked about the MLB. That's what we do here. We're talking about the
Yeah,
MLB. And then,
yeah, I think we covered.
yeah,
What any more sports we got?
yeah. And then we got a NASCAR. NASCAR off for Easter Sunday. F1 gone for just because the war in the Middle East. And then we got a pickleball. Pickleball, not a lot going on in pickleball. Rugby, no. Soccer or World Cup starting up like later this year. That's gonna be fun. World Cup's gonna be fun. Oh man. So yeah, that's basically it from us here. Zaydar, you got anything else to add on, or do you think we've covered basically everything we need to cover?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. Free agency's been rolling for the NFL. Moving into the draft, like you said, and oh, March Madness is ending soon.
Yeah.
You know,
Isn't the final today, or is that the final?
I think it is. Let me take a look.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we already the women's already been crowned, and like we said, congratulations to the UCLA Bruins ladies again, because you rock, girls. I wish you were wearing a Trojans jersey, but you know what? UCLA ain't that bad.
Here it is. Okay, we got Arizona. I believe this is taking on UConn. Ooh,
UConn. I thought it was Michigan.
no, UConn's been soaring.
Yeah,
Unless I'm
UConn pretty good.
mistaken. Oh, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, UConn,
Yeah,
Michigan.
yeah, it's UConn, Michigan. Yeah, I was like, Arizona.
Okay.
Hold up.
Yeah, I looked in the wrong
That
spot.
Michigan team, I like that. I think Michigan is my favorite. You know what? Maybe we'll see if we're wrong or not. See if Michigan won or not by the time this video comes out. But yeah, we basically talked our talk, and we're not gonna really walk our walk. We're gonna probably watch the Dodger game. But of course, when you get to the end of these videos, you already know that God loves every single one of you. But do we even need to say it? Do we even need to say who he doesn't love?
Uh, I don't know. We said it enough. You think they know already?
Yeah, do you think the fact Kitchen and Kennedy know already that God doesn't love them? But you know what? That's okay, because they might feel left out, but they don't feel left out here because we love them. Sometimes, most of the time. But we love everyone if you watch these videos. So send these videos to everyone. Send it to your wife, send it to your kids, send it to your grandma, send it to your grandpa, send it to your I don't know, send it to your dog, your cats, your lizard, I don't know. Send it to your church folks, send it to your send it to the Pope. I wonder if the Pope would enjoy it as an on deck.
Imagine the Pope watching our
Oh
videos.
man, I'd be honored. Send it to your ninos, your ninas, your uncles, your aunts, your god brother, your god sister, your godfather, your godmother, and I mean I already said that basically. But yeah, but that's basically it from us. Um, yeah, sayonara. See you on the flip side.
Yeah, thank you so much, and peace out.
Peace.
This has been the Desert On Deck podcast. Stay cool and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.